next hour. I want to bring in the perfect person to dig into this with us, Douglas Holtz-Eakin, American Action Forum president, former chief economic advisor to President George H.W. Bush. He's also served as director of the Congressional Budget Office, was also a member of the Financial Crisis Inquiry Team that investigated the 2008 economic crash. No one better to speak to this morning than you. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. First of all, the Senate bill would put $1,200 directly in the hands of most Americans. This is what we've learned about it so far, about $500 per child. It would provide $350 billion for small businesses and about $500 billion in loans and loan guarantees to businesses. State and local governments, what are the strengths and weaknesses as you begin to assess this bill? Where are the holes here?
Well, I think the real weakness at the moment is we don't know what question it's answering. There's sort of a little of everything, and there's a lot of politics about they're basically posed as, oh, are we going to help companies, we're going to help people. The reality is that the problem in the economy is that we have perfectly sound businesses, bakeries and restaurants and hotels that suddenly have no customers and cannot have customers. And that financial distress is going to cause them to lay off workers who will then have financial distress. And we've already seen the cascading. So to be effective, we have to help both those bakeries and their workers. And there are pieces in the bill that would allow for that would get money to small businesses, to large businesses, under the condition that they keep their folks on the payroll. You cannot lay people off. And that would provide two great benefits. One, we'd have our business infrastructure at the end of the pandemic. It'd still be standing. And two, people would continue to get a paycheck as long as they had to, even if there isn't any business. And figuring out how long and the scale of this is too hard for any person right now, so having something flexible like that would be really beneficial. There are other people, as you know, who it's already happened. They're laid off, they're sick, they're taking care of someone who's sick. And so the other provisions in that bill, sending checks, expanded unemployment insurance, longer unemployment insurance, greater eligibility for it, are equally important. But probably the top priority, in my view, is getting something done quickly. This is the worst crisis we have had. It is way worse than 9/11. It is way worse than 2008, and we need action.
All right, Douglas Holtz-Eakin, sir, thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry we're a little bit condensed because of the press conference there with the governor of New York, but I appreciate you joining us this hour. Up next,